have a personal practice of cutting cords almost every single day in my meditation practice. So I get the question often, how do you cut cords? So in this video, I'm going to answer what are cords, how do we get them, and why do we want to cut our cords, and then how to do it. In really simple terms, we can get cords with people in our life that we relate to out of a place of sovereignty. So if we're relating to people from a space of codependency, or if we're putting people on a pedestal, or if we are allowing a certain person into our life, and this is so easy, we can't really necessarily avoid this all the time. If we're allowing someone into our field and they're bringing something, whether it's complete love or a certain dynamic that is out of integrity with the light, if we're bringing them in and we have holes in our auric field, we're literally allowing that energy to come in and kind of attach to us. So we get holes in our auric field from simple wounds that we get in childhood or during our life that we don't know at the beginning of our life to close up. And so we can you can also kind of imagine that we have these ropes or lines or strings or really just energetic connections to our mother, to our father, to the friends in our life, to the people who follow us on social media, to our partner, to our lover, to our ex-lovers, especially people that we sleep with, right? It's really, easy to just get an attachment, an unhealthy attachment to those particular people. And so we want to take the time almost every day, if possible, to cut cords to other people and to particular people that we feel a lot of attachment or a lot of corded energy or kind of like stuck or stagnant or heated energy with. We want to take that time to cut those cords so that we can be in more of our sovereignty, especially if we are trying to be a really clear vessel for messages to come through. If we're wanting to step into more of our power, into more of our light, into more of our truth, if we're wanting to speak with full integrity, we want to be able to continually let go and cut what is not ours so that we can be in a place of relating and moving through life from a place of pure heart and gut truth that is our own. That is not our moms, that is not our dads, that is not our girlfriends, that is not our boyfriends. We want to be communicating and being from a space, operating from a space that is true to us. So if you ever feel a lot, you could feel maybe a lot of anxiety or a lot of tension around a certain person, or maybe you start feeling a lot of guilt or shame build up around a certain dynamic in a relationship. These are all ways that you know that it would be helpful to cut a cord. In my particular practice, I have been, within the last little while, I have been bringing a cord cutting meditation into my morning meditation practice. And what I'm finding is I'm able to hear myself and my truth more clearly. I'm able to be in a space of deep forgiveness and love with myself around certain dynamics, and I'm able to love myself more. I'm able to bring messages through from a clear space. I'm able to channel more fluidly, and I'm able to relate to my partner and to the people in my life out of pure heart truth, because I'm letting go of this deep attachment to them. And so I'm able to be more in a place of choice around our connection. And that is true power, and you'll just know because to do this and to do like a cord cutting practice, because I'm going to teach you my process and how to do it, and you'll realize that once you do it, I just feel lighter. I just feel better. Okay, so that is the goal, right? To follow what feels good. And to me, doing a cord cutting practice on the regular feels freaking fantastic. So I want to share this process with you because I get the question all of the time, how do you cut cords? So I'm going to share with you my own process. So we want to do 3 particular things when it comes to cords. The first one is we want to actually look at what is the root of this cord. Like, what is the root of why I'm feeling this attachment in this place to this person? So this is actually going deeper than just cutting the cords. It's actually going, what is the original wound that is in that place? And you know, we don't have to do this every day or with everyone, but it is a healthy practice to start looking at, okay, why even do I have that cord from my sacral to his sacral, right? Like I made love to this person and now there's this, I feel this cord going to them. Well, why is that even there? Is there an original core wound around that space that his love or sleeping with him brought and corded to me? So we want to look at that, the roots of the cord. The second thing that we want to do is cut the cord. And so I'm going to share with you that process. And then the third thing that we want to do is we want to record to Mother Gaia. We want to record to the earth and to the etheric, right? To the angelic realm. We want to cord down and we want to cord up and we want to root ourselves in those cords, in the cords of divinity, in the cords of who we are, which is an extension of the earth and of the sky. We are the middle ground of those two, and so we want to record to those places. So this is my particular way of cutting cords is I like to get into a beautiful meditative space. So I might do some deep breathing. I might do one of many breathwork exercises to kind of release energy and to get me still. I might do alternate nostril breathing or simply doing like a mantra breath. Any sort of breath work that's really calming my nervous system down, so I'm in a prime space for meditation. And then what I like to do is I like to sit still, sit upright, and imagine my chakra centers. It's really easy for me to go through the chakra system for this. And I like to start at my root. And you can do this to a specific person. So let's say you're imagining your ex-partner right in front of you and you're imagining all of your chakra centers giving you cords to that person. So your cord could be a rope, it could be a string, it could be metal, it could be whatever you are feeling in that meditation is really there. So you ask your intuition to show you what are these cords. So you imagine them going from your chakra centers to this person, or you can just imagine it going to the world, okay? So you don't have to imagine them going to a particular person. You can also do this exercise as a big cord cutting ordeal where all of your imagined cords are going out into everyone and everything. And so what I like to do is I start at the root and I just imagine through my own process of visualization, I imagine that cord being cut. So I really also give myself the space to be imaginative here. So I sometimes imagine a scissor, or sometimes I imagine a saw if it's a really thick cord, or sometimes it's really easy to break. Sometimes I have to imagine this cord for 5 minutes because it doesn't want to let loose, right? Maybe the cord from our heart chakra to our lover's heart chakra is like so intense and you have to like really knot that until it sets itself free. So you want to give yourself almost like that creative, intuitive visualization process to really imagine these cords going to this one person or going out into everything and cut them. So your eyes are closed and you're breathing up and down through your body, and then you just imagine cutting the cords and you go through your chakra system. You could also imagine that these cords are, the colors of the cords are in alignment with the chakra system. So I might imagine a red cord, and then I might imagine myself cutting it, and I'm breathing until I intuitively get the message that that cord is done, that that cord is cut. And I'll move up to my sacral chakra, and I will imagine that cord going out, and then I will visualize it being broken, and I will go all the way up. One of the things that I also like to do is add one here. So in between the solar plexus, which is the stomach, and the heart chakra, I like to imagine another one right here, right in the stomach center, because I find that stuff can get stored right here, at least for me. So I actually imagine this color as black, almost like a hole. Take that or leave it if it feels in alignment with you. And I will cut that one too as I make my way up. So I'll do that process and I will cut them. You can also use your hand. You can sit there with your eyes closed and kind of like use your hand to cut it. I personally like to just visualize it. And I'm really just giving you that meditation right now anyways, because there are also other ways that you can cut cords. Like you could do some deep tapping work on your chakra system, right, to let go of those cords. But this is just the visualization way and the way that you can bring into an everyday meditation practice. So you would do all the way up until all of them are cut. And then after that, what I like to do is I like to imagine myself surrounded in like a golden egg or white light, or some sort of like a protective shield. Like I cut the cords and now I am putting myself in this energetic ball of purity. And from there, I like to record to the earth, to the core of the earth. So I imagine like from my center, from my body, just all of my energy being shot down into the core of the earth. And then I also imagine it going all the way up to the angelic realm, to the sky, to light, whatever you really want to imagine. And you can kind of just sit there and meditate and feel yourself reconnecting to the core of the earth, or the womb of the earth, reconnecting with the light, the sky. So you definitely want to do that recording process, because to be attached is healthy, but we want to be attached to our source, not to other people. You're also going to want to take into account that this can be a super emotional process. So if you have some deep wounds with a particular person, it can be a lot, right? And you want to allow yourself and give yourself the permission to go through whatever emotion arises as you do this cleansing and healing ceremony for yourself. So if you feel sad, if you feel frustrated, if you feel angry, if you feel confused, if you feel alone, whatever it is that is actually arising for you, you want to give yourself permission to feel that emotion and to feel that feeling. Because if you don't, then you're not fully allowing that cord to dissolve and to drop, because we have to feel to fully heal. So as you're going through that, don't allow yourself to go on to the next cord until you've really processed that the last one has been cut. And then let's say you get through the whole entire thing and you open your eyes, and all of a sudden you might feel amazing, you might feel great, but you also might feel tired, you might feel drained, you might feel nauseous, you might feel emotional, you might feel sad. And just give yourself that opportunity and that chance to feel that, because once you do, you will notice that then gets to be released as well. So that is my recommendation. I hope that that was helpful. If you do a cord cutting practice and yours looks different, I would love to hear what you do in the comments below. And then if you don't, and if you're going to use this, I'd love to hear your reflections, or if you go ahead and go and practice that and then want to come back and send a comment and let me know, let us know how that supported you. I would love to hear that as well. So that is all for today, and I will see you in the next video. And definitely subscribe if you're liking these videos. Like the video, and I will see you soon. Much love.